Oh, oh, oh. It's funny. It's like certain things give much more resistance than other things. I don't know if you can sense it when I'm driving, when you're looking at the screen, but I actually feel that the tractor sometimes start bumping, uh, or well, like it actually have resistance. I don't know it probably sound weird because we're sitting looking at pixels on the screen, but still. I was thinking I do have a steering wheel and foot pedals. Maybe I should start playing with that. That was another thing I was considering, but I don't have this on Steam. But if I did, I would actually try it in VR as well. Um, I think that could be kind of a funny experience. But even though I do not sit and look out of my cab. But if I was playing on VR, I would have to. Well, that was a side remark. Um, but I will say some of... Whoop, I forgot something here. Some of the landscape, the maps are immensely beautiful. And I will say that driving around them in VR must be a very fulfilling experience. And there's a lot of games that actually where you are out and about. I have tried No Man's Sky in VR. That is amazing. Um, and I have been looking at other of my Steam games that have the option, but I haven't gotten to it yet. But it is some of the things that I will be doing more of, but I haven't gotten to the point where I can actually stream it because I haven't found out how exactly I'm going to do that. And I'm not sure that would be fully picked up either. Because on the screen it looks quite weird. take the long stretches now. Rather than the short ones. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel taking long up and down is kind of a better option. I feel it's faster that way. I don't know if it's true. So at least I am doing some farming, making a field at least. But until I have something like a harvester, and some transport means, a silo, at least, then it won't really start growing anything other than grass at the moment. Grass is the only thing I can actually process, so yeah. That's so I have to adapt constantly to what I can get. And, the thing is, I do have to do things that will make me earn money, so I can, if something should come up which is a little bit more expensive, then it would be nice if I could afford it. And of course I'm not allowed to take loans either, so that's that is a no-go in most of these survival challenges. That is, we don't lend our way out of it. And snow is falling. I will say here on the radio today, Christmas music has started blasting out. And I don't mind Christmas. It's a nice holiday. And I was actually supposed to put up a little decoration behind me. But I got sidetracked, to be honest. So maybe tomorrow. So yeah, this is not the best of weather to do field works in. However, at this point I feel that I do have to progress somehow, and making a second grass field for now will at least give me more grass, more bales, more money when I sell them. And I am very aware of some of the easy ways of making money, but until I get so I can move it around, it's not going to work out. See, this is why I lifted, because the tractor is struggling with the mud. I assume it's muddy, but I don't know if it actually is. I think I will try to prevent the struggling a little bit. It's not very smart trying to save time by spending more time. I always find it very satisfying when you actually finish the plowing and you have a field, because it's kind of a human achievement. I know it's a little bit silly to say because it's just a computer game, but all computer games is about some sort of achievement. I will say a lot of those games I have played through time had loads of achievements in them. Getting there. But this is only the first step, because when it's been plowed, it has to be cultivated and seeded. Luckily I have a seeder that also cultivates, so I only have to run it once. So this is the last strip. Or maybe not. Have to make sure everything is plowed. Actually looks like it is, however, just to make sure, as I'm going that way anyway, then let's just do it like this. Okay, the good news is the snow is stopping at some point. Where's my dog in this bad weather? This is not smart. Nope. Some petrol on first. I didn't fill a lot up, but I should at least have a This is really one of the things that kind of make the game realistic. You have to think about these things, and that's something I actually like. So I should have enough. So B B The thing is, I don't have any fertilizer options either, so things are just being done without that. No, not that. Problem here is I have 3 different things in reality, because the tool is a 2-in-1, and that is so where you're very often with a seat that just can swing around, this one seems to be a little bit more difficult doing that. That was the only thing I got, so which was a cedar, and it took a while before I got a cedar, so yeah. Problem is I have to be careful, because if I start doing anything, I don't have crop destruction on, but if I take, Jesus, I can't see what I'm actually doing. If I take a harrow or a cultivator or plow into another field, it will actually start ripping up what there is. That missed something there. No, it doesn't look like it. snow is not helping me. This is bloody hard work. Oh well. Good news is I'm just seeding grass, so that's should I miss a little bit, I'll be fine, because this field I'm actually planning to make that to something else eventually. It's easier to see it this way than the other way. That's actually a little bit amazing how the weather has actually been added to the maps. I think that's about it. Oh wow. Thank you for following. Hi there. I live in the UK. I'm originally not from the UK. I'm Danish of descent. Well, I kind of see myself as quite British in many ways. A hybrid. But I do live in a part of UK which was Viking territory, so I'm not so strange to the areas here. Jesus. Are you from the UK? I actually think I have two sitting in the background, which is from the UK as well. Um, oh, it's weird. It goes much easier this way than the other way because I can see what I'm doing. I would like that snow to stop. Well, I think that's wishful thinking more than anything else. Games have a certain, what do you say, a certain part of such law in them. So whatever you wish for, that's not what you're going to get. I actually don't like to not seed the fields properly. I always feel that I miss out if I have spots that is when something is not growing. However, here I'm thinking I'm just happy that it actually seemed to be okay. But whether it is or not, I'm not entirely sure. It looks fine, but looks can be deceiving as well. This way it goes fine. However, the other way is very hard to see. So if this had been real life, I would probably have done it differently, but yeah. It's not real life, so it's just a game. What can go wrong? I need to have some sort of an angle so I can see roughly what I have already done. This way shows fine. I've done something weird up in the other end, but that have to be sorted out either when I can see what I'm doing or I kind of just do it. When people say it's hard to be a farmer, I actually believe them. I don't think it's easy. I don't find it easy at least. this is making my eyes in. But on the other hand, you can get mods where you actually disable weather. But I wouldn't do that because it's part of the charm of the game. And I don't mind things being difficult as long as it's not impossible. Because when it gets impossible, it gets very frustrating, and yeah. And you don't want to be sitting playing games that frustrate you. That's not very nice. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm a little bit quiet while I'm doing this way. I really have to concentrate to find the lines, and I'm not sure entirely that I do. But I kind of hope I give it a little bit every time I go down this way, and a little bit more when I go the way I can see. So there's not much to do about it. When I see it from this side, it actually looks fine. I'm not doing it straight, but that's a minor thing. As long as I can kind of connect, then it should be fine. So, that is, yeah. Fieldwork is a slow process sometimes, especially until you get good, powerful tractors. You don't start the game with the best of the best in that manner. The thing is, I am depending on getting offers up here, which I don't. Yeah. actually, I think before I take another in the bad snow, I'm going to take a very short break. It will take a couple of minutes. I just need to run to the bathroom. I'm not going to pause the game. I'm just going to let it run. So just stay with me. I'll be back in 2 minutes. So I'm back again. And it's still snowing. Well, um, there's only one thing to do. Carry on. Tiger, you still lurking in the background. um, no, I was going to ask you, some of these challenges is for multiplayer. Are you up for that when we come through Christmas? Maybe. I mean, worst cases, we'll have some good fun. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We fail. Which I don't think. I would say it's very few people I have seen which have your flair of games. No matter what I've seen you play, it's always seemed like, oh, you're in your comfort zone here. Whether you're killing zombies or building factories. The funny thing is, most people are very good at one or two games, and they kind of master them. But I have been seeing you playing so many different games, and you always do so good. But I would say, I also think your whole household pretty much is playing computer games, and well, we are doing the same here in my household, and I think it creates an environment where you actually very often get to play many different things, and that automatically give an edge. Well, I think it's deserved, to be honest. Hmm. How's your girl doing? Is she becoming better? fingers. Give her some chamomile tea that relaxes the body. It might not help with the coughing, but it makes it easier to sleep at least. Oh, so much struggle just to see the field with grass. Well, to be honest, it all will help to the greater good when we need the money. That's one thing at least. And it will probably be converted to something else later on, but I don't really get any offers today, and that is kind of concerning me.